because you're going hard already, and I knew this was what you were going to do. But I want to let the family know real quick, when we dealing with what is that girl name? Queen of the Damned. When the brother said, he just said he wrote something in school based on Queen of the Damned. Let's be clear on what Juju is actually saying, family. And let me just make sure I'm sharing my screen. Let's be clear on what he's saying. He's not talking about a movie. We're not talking about a movie. What the brother's talking about is a book. And I just want to make sure I'm 100% clear on what you're saying, brother. Are you saying before the movie that starred Aaliyah, Queen of the Damned was actually a book that you read?
Yes. And one thing I knew about the book was that it was still about Lestat, but people, they change people around from the movie. So you got the movie perspective, you got the book perspective. No different than the book that I had to study was called Armand the Vampire, which is connected to Queen of the Damned. Majority of her books are a circle. It's just how many books you're gonna read. And what it is, Armand, A-R-M-A-N-D. Yes, that's the book right there. I had to read that, which is Connect College. And what it is in the book, when we're talking about these vampires, some of us look at them as correct. Shout out to Will. Correct. She wrote a series, and I'm finna go ahead and break it into it. If you have seen, a vampire is basically a spirit that, and understanding it from another perspective. So what I read was a vampire is basically a spirit that does whatever it wants to do. So what we find as what's the word I would use professionally? Flimsiness or rainbow-ish. That some of them just were just doing that, but some of them were also what we call bi, if that's a good okay word to say on here. So Armand was one of those types, and I had to learn that the immortals, they didn't think like humans. They think they could do whatever they want and whoever they want, if you catch my meaning. And in the story, they talk about how some of those are very manipulative, and they have a particular type that they're looking at. They don't want to turn everybody. It's not a plague all the time. Sometimes it's about a chosen one. And each of them have what they call a chosen one or a companion. Now with that book, Armand, he was what you call flimsiness, and as you see from the corner right there, that TV show version, he's a gypsy. Say this, to say that I'm speaking of attributes. I'm not speaking of saying they're vampirism, just their whole aspect of them. So try to understand, it's just an attribute that some of them partook in. She fed off, as we see, she fed off of humans and vampires. But if you drunk from Akasha, you got stronger. But she didn't choose everybody to drink from her. And from what I noticed when we talk about the movie, I can say a little bit about the movie. Can I? Yay, nay? If you can hear me, Crum?